What is Sootch Nation Patreon Range Day? Well, this past weekend, October the 12th and actually the 11th, we had a great weekend with our Patreon family. Patreon really saved us when YouTube was demonetizing a lot of videos, and it really helped us to continue on YouTube, and we've been very grateful. We've done things in the past, we do a lot, and we'll talk about some of the things that we do offer on Patreon. But our biggest by far is our Patreon Sootch Nation range event. Last year we had it at the Clinton House in Clinton, South Carolina. That is my normal gun club. But because of some date conflicts, we ended up having it at the Red Hill Range down in Martin, Georgia, which is where Iraq veteran 8888 has their big YouTube range day, which I go to every year. I love it. And the owner, Chris Phillips, I've known him for a number of years. He is an absolute awesome guy. And we went down and he really hosted a great event by just setting everything up for us. With that being said, we will be having it there next year. But it was just a wonderful time to come together. Now, really who headed this up for us was Michelle G. And her husband John as well. But Michelle did a lot, if not most, of the background work to put this thing together. So first off, I just want to give a big thank you to Michelle. And there are others that we want to thank because there's some people that came in and did some really cool things for this range day. So one of the big things about our range day is we just want to give back. Of course, dinner was on us. After dinner, we had rented an Airbnb right on the lake, had a beautiful big yard, and so we just invited everybody over and we had a bonfire where we had drinks and we had some snacks and we had cigars and had a really great time the night before. Then we met the next morning there at the range. Started off obviously with a welcome and our safety briefing. And then Robbie Wheaton from Wheaton Arms came and he put on a class for basic handgun shooting. Now, one of the things that he offered is after he finished the class was to help anyone who wanted any kind of instruction or to analyze their grip or their stance, how to line up your sights, all those different things. Most people took advantage of while Robbie was down there, and he did a great job. And of course, Robbie has been on a number of our videos, and he also is a co-host with me on the Sensible Prepper Live Prepper School. But the big thing is range shooting. So a lot of people brought their own guns, they brought their own ammo, they set up, they got to shoot. We had an area for handguns, we had an area for rifles, we had a skeet thrower, and so we had room down at the back for shotguns. We also set up a small little 22 Ruger 1022 with a bull barrel and did a 25-yard rifle match. And that was a lot of fun, getting everybody down there trying it out. Everyone competed, and what was really funny is two of the ladies actually won the competition, which they received prizes. Now, one of the things that when we first get there, we have a bag, and just a kind of a gift bag for each person. It's just a thank you for coming down. Has the Sootch Nation logo. And in that bag is, of course, the safety briefing, but also we had a laser engraved bottle opener from Palmetto Laser Works, and I'll have the link down below in the description. Derek's one of our patron members, and he donated these for the gift bag. And they're really nice. And then Mike and Donna Z, they provided some watch caps with the Sootch Nation logo right here, and also Sootch Nation first aid kit, little small first aid bag. And that was really nice, and they donated those. So this was really a joint effort. Of course, Fiocchi supplied ammunition, and we brought a ton of ammunition for everybody to shoot if it was something they wanted to do. Now, people came from all over the country, from California, Washington State, Illinois, Michigan, Florida, a lot from Texas. Of course, there were some from Georgia and, of course, North and South Carolina and other places. So it was really an event that had a lot of people that came together from different backgrounds, but when we joined together, everyone just felt a brotherhood. And that's one of the big things that I'm big about, is having a family and just having a great time together. Now, we also had a large prize table where everyone got a gift, and we just placed a ticket into each person's bag. And then when they drew it, they went over to the table and they had a gift there. Big thanks to Olight. They sent a large box of a lot of flashlights, very nice flashlights. We had a lot of knives, a lot of just different things. And so it was just nice that everyone got something on top of the gift that was in the gift bags. Now last year we actually had Classic Firearms that sent a bunch of stuff for giveaways. Of course, Olight had also sent some things, and we had Palmetto Laser Works who did a lot, and Mike and Donna Z, they also did some things. And then we had Maxpedition that sent a nice backpack, and Roaring Fire Gear supplied a lot of really nice backpacks for the giveaways. Then we had Nate at Guns on Deals where we offered a gun giveaway. And he provided it, but we had him ship it to the person who won it. This year we gave away a Ruger Wrangler in 22 and 22 long rifle. We also provided lunch for everyone, and we had Subway and we brought it in, and so everybody got to eat, and we just had a great time. There was a lot of hanging out though when you wanted to. You could shoot if you wanted to, you could hang out, you could go to the shotgun, you can go to the pistol, you go to rifle. Great weekend, and something where we feel like that we could give back. Now, getting things set up, we really appreciate Johnny and Cindy C. And their son Lake. They did a lot of help early on. Dave River, big help, also provided our Sootch Nation banner. And then also Jim G came early and helped out quite a bit getting things set up. And of course, Shannon and Sarah Mack did a lot of work and put a lot of things together. We really do appreciate all that they did. And one thing that Sarah Mack also did was get a lot of the video footage. But Chris at the Red Hill Range had a great setup for our steel, and everything was ready to go when we got there. And so we just had a fantastic time. And I can't recommend enough the Red Hill Range down in Martin, Georgia. It's just an excellent venue. And again, Chris Phillips is top notch. Now on Patreon, we do a number of things. First off, we do early access. So when we upload videos before they go live on YouTube, we'll put them on Patreon, usually at least 2, 3, 4 days, sometimes a week ahead of time, sometimes even longer. Then we have a Monday Night Live from 9 to 10 Eastern Standard Time. And we have a great community over there where we just kind of hang out and they can ask questions. We tell dad jokes. We do giveaways on there as well. We do exclusive content. So there are times where it's things that we can't necessarily put on YouTube, or it's a behind the scenes kind of thing. We'll do those on occasion. At the NRA annual meeting, we'll get together and have a time together. Last year, we met at dinner in Indianapolis at St. Elmo's, which is a really nice restaurant, and Hickok 45 joined us and just had a great time of fellowship. Then when Palmetto State Armory has their annual gathering, I just tell everybody I'm going to be down there on Patreon, and we've had about 20 that joined us last year. And if you've never been to the Palmetto State Armory gathering, it is worth the travel wherever you're coming from, because it is a great place to go and to shoot guns, and you have all the major manufacturers there that allow you to shoot their guns. And so it's just an incredible place that I've never seen anything like it that's open to the public. And so that is a lot of fun. And then typically I'll take the Patreon members and we'll go to dinner afterwards. We also do polls, and on certain tier levels, if you're ever in the area that I live here in Greenville, South Carolina, I'll even meet you for lunch. And we do have local events. In fact, we had a cigar night where a bunch of us got together and just met and had cigars at a local cigar bar. And of course, obviously that's something that not people can do in a large area, but we have quite a few Patreon members that are just right here in our area. So guys, the thing is we really do appreciate what Patreon means to us. It definitely gives us support, but we like to give back. And that's one thing that we're big about. At one time, we were desperate to have Patreon, and those guys really came in and got us through a really tough period. Now we want to give back and make it fun. If you come to Patreon, we're just going to hang out, have a good time. You're going to meet some great people. It's one of the things that I've always been just astounded by is the people that I meet that are through Patreon are always top-notch, and we have so many things in common. Whether it's the Second Amendment, whether it's just our values, and then you just have this connection. And of course, on the prepping side, there's a lot of them that like to be prepared, and that's a big important thing for me. And so we can get together, hang out, and talk, and we seem to have so many things in common. So guys, if you want to be a part of the Patreon Sootch Nation, you can go to patreon.com/Sootch00. And guys, it is an incredible community over there. And again, we consider those guys as family.
Be strong, be of good courage. God bless America. Long live the Republic.
by the way, we provided dinner, we provided everything. I mean, we just did everything. We did everything. Job of putting everything together. I'm going ahead of myself. And it was at the Red Hill Range. If you've second annual Sootch. A lot of shooting, a lot of fun. And we had, okay, man, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. No.
That was great. Stop.
That was good.
Stop. Go back.
Hey.
Go back.